How's it going, everybody? Just got done with about 2 rounds of night patrol. Some things did pop up, but thankfully, as you can see, battery pack's still working pretty good. Gear's good. Everything's good. Basically, a lot of the night patrols, if you want me to better explain it. Hey, stop messing with the stuff. Anyway, you want me to explain it? Basically, I'm just doing this as basic nighttime operations. Just me patrolling, observing, and assisting within my capabilities. Basically, it's just me walking around. I have borders and parameters of where I don't go because of lighting. So pretty much the best way to stay low key as best as possible when wearing a whole uniform. Yeah, it's a bump. Uniform is just the fact that it's very noticeable when in broad daylight. It's very attention grabbing. So staying in the shadows is the best idea. And since I have the pack and my hydration kit has finally came in, and the new upgrades are coming in tomorrow morning. And if you notice, I haven't done any donations today. It's only because a lot of technical problems happened at the beginning of the month on a lot of things, even my bank sides. Like, I was just like, okay, I can't do anything right now. And I'm just gonna have to wait it out. And pretty much that's where a lot of the problems came from. But we're at least rectifying it and using the setbacks to pretty much plan better in future. The mod development, unfortunately, has to go backwards. I have to do a whole resweep of the programs, of the systems. I have to just, because there's a lot being done, and when you do a lot, but you don't have a very structured way about doing it, think about how you might have saw, like, you've seen areas get flooded, and it's not even because of a lot of rain, it's because the area just supports the flooding more than draining the water out. So you get a lot of that. Like, so if you're rushing and building things, you may end up creating a situation where it feeds the problem opposed to alleviating the problem. So that's one of those little things you have to learn when you're tackling things new. Because I'm a grunt, I'm not a programmer. I could do some hardware. That's pretty much the area. I've been an electrician. I'm pretty much a cable electrician. I did Wi-Fi. I did phone cords. I did phone wiring, and also, there we go. I put expansions into routers and whatnot for office areas, but just assisting help. But for a guy like me, even a little class on these kind of things allows me to think better about certain things, and even come back to the other areas that I might have had a hard time with a little bit better clarity, and that then I can pretty much sort the problem out from there. When it comes down to the suit itself, we're leaning away from the technological. I say we as in me, because I do have the AI assistance on my laptop for a lot of the heavier lifting when it comes down to coding, but I'm still figuring out that area. I'm even going to be doing a bit more engineer studies on my own, just so that I can compensate for where I'm lacking at. Because at least with the engineering area, it's not too far from a tactical setup, as long as I'm mindful about wires, and I already done engineering, so that's already a wrap. I already know exactly what to look at when I pull something apart. I just, again, don't know how to, I guess, custom make something out of the pieces. So that's an area that I'm going to be improving on. And I've already improved my workflow with my AI team, because they can't do any of the physical lifting. They really can't do much. And here's the thing. If I don't know something very well and I can't direct them very well, then they're idiots. plain and simple. So it's work on all fronts. Nothing crazy about it. It's just work. And if you want results from your work, you gotta, improvise where you can. You know, and basically, you're gonna start seeing the armor upgrade over time. It's gonna get more modulars and modulations and whatnot. The shopping list has been thoroughly researched on my part, on the part of the AI, and obviously, even if the AI is incorrect about the information, I have time to check behind it before I even tell you guys or even add it into the plan. A lot of times it really is me sitting and brainstorming with the AI, me coming to an idea, and the AI at the end of the day, and this is how I really feel like people should really look at it. It's just your responses recooked, analyzed, and then the right what would feel the right words are placed in. So if you approach it with this idea that you're automatically going to get where you want to go, or you're just going to tell it to do something and it's just going to automatically know what you're talking about, you're not going to get anywhere. And a lot of the information you are going to get, it's going to be off. It's going to be not realistic. I had the darn thing even try and design more practical gear, and in the beginning, it was just so unrealistic. But that's the thing. That's an area that I'm well versed in, is tactical setup. So when I looked at it and I was like, okay, no, you gotta, and I actually had to like sit down and type in detail what a tactical setup really ought to be and what to be leaned on. I really don't want to talk about my granddad right now, not in this outfit. So I guess stand by for that. This is just a one-on-one talk. I'm making progress. It's just not always the progress I would like. And that's just life. You're never going to get the progress you want. Like, even in failure, what you may have thought you lost progress in, you may have gained clarity in a situation that either only you would know how to get out of, or only you've experienced, thus you have a insight about something that most people don't. Like with me, I know a lot about psych wards. I know about jail. I know about systems. I know about all these things very in-depthly, because not only have I studied them, but also I have experienced them firsthand. Some more than others, but regardless, the experience is there. I didn't spend a month in boot camp. I spent 3 years in the Marine Corps. I spent multiple occasions in the psych ward. I have had multiple different occasions of me being in holding in jail. I when I tell you stuff, I mean it. Like, I'm not again, not about the money. This is just me archiving myself. Because at the end of the day, after I'm done and gone, no kids, no family, only some pets that would have long passed before I go. And that's all. That's where my story ends. And I'm like, well, I could just wither away and call it a day. Or I can pick up and keep pushing. And, well, you see what answer that is now. Anyway, don't want to hit that 10-minute mark. Want to keep these nice, sweet, and short. So, y'all be productive. It'll put a smile on my face. Even though I'm never sort of smiling. Y'all have a good one, right?